everyone. Welcome to this week's Identity Check here at Lane of Roses, where we talk about who God is, who He has made you to be, who He's made us to be, and how those two truths can change the way that we live our lives.
You know why I love identity checks?
Why do you love them?
Because like the whole first part, I'm like, am I being normal? Or like, how do I do my nose? Like, so I just love it because like, well, I'm waiting for you to talk and I'm just like, be cool, be normal. So this is the whole point. Our identity checks are, it's okay. Like in this month, at Lane of Roses, we're talking about how God is our refuge. So even when we feel like this, it's all right. We can just go to Him.
Yeah. Like we need identity checks every day to remind us that our identity is not in the world or what people think of us, but in who God says that we are. So if God is our refuge, this week in particular, we're talking about, okay, if God is our refuge, then you are and I am welcomed. And then through faith in Jesus, we are also welcomed as daughters. So through faith in Jesus, we are welcomed as daughters, like we are called His daughter.
Oh yeah, that is true. And in light of these truths, we can run to Him. So many times I run away, but I can run to God with whatever it is. If I feel awkward, if I feel whatever, I can run to Him.
Exactly. His arms, they truly are. They are wide open, ready to embrace you. I always picture kind of like mountains when I think of like God's arms wide open, and just like how mountains can just kind of like wrap you up. Like His arms are just wide open, ready to just embrace you and to welcome you home.
I like it. So, and He really does. He wants you to run to Him, no matter where you've been. You can run to Him, and I always thought I had to get cleaned up and then run, like make sure my hair was just right. But you can like come as you are and run to Him, and He stands with arms open wide. The story of the prodigal son, I picture the father with his arms outstretched, and then the wayward son comes towards him feeling ashamed, but the father's arms are open wide. We can go to Him and find refuge in those arms.
Now Satan, or the thorn as we call him here at Lane of Roses, he's going to convince you that that's not true, that you can't run to Him, that you can't run to your Heavenly Father. He is going to try to teach or tell us that God isn't an escape, but just another place full of expectations and rules and disappointments and things that we have to follow and that we can't, like we talked about last week, like we can't fall apart in His arms. You basically have to have it all together. So He's going to try to convince you of all these things and convince you that you can't run to Him. So you better run somewhere else because you can't run to Him for escape. And that's just not true.
No. And like when I hear the word rules, and this is just me, like it's just, certain words, I'm like, rules, that's like what I do inside. Like rules.
Where I'm like, Enneagram 1, rules, yes. Love it.
Said it. So, but God tells us in Psalm 91, 1-2, those who live in the shelter of the Most High will find rest in the shadow of the Almighty. This I declare about the Lord. He alone is my refuge, my place of safety. He is my God, and I trust Him. So run to the one who has His arms wide open. And don't doubt for a minute that His arms are only wide open for some people. They're open for you.
Yes,
run to the one who will give you rest. Run to the one who's our true refuge. Run to your place of safety. We're safe. That's where we're safe. You can trust that He is who He says He is, and you can run there.
Absolutely. And as always, we want to hear from you. We want to hear what God is teaching you about who He is and who He has made you to be, and how those truths are changing the way that you live your life, how those truths are changing the way that you see yourself as God's creation and see others and see the world and His creation and how you're living in it. Like, we want to hear from you. So message us, Instagram, Facebook. You can email us, hop on the website. We would just love to hear your identity checks.
That's right. So this is Katie and Rebecca helping you remember who God is
and who He has made you to be. We hope that you feel encouraged to live out your true God-given identity this week.